Celery salt, here you go. Be like a hocus pocus and you'll make a ring of salt around me to protect me from the witches.
Yes, exactly. They see the supernatural. See it too.
Hey everybody, thank you so much for joining me back on my channel and welcome to another episode of No Coin Drop Required. Today we are going to be talking to Kim Martinez. Not only is she a tournament director for one of the larger leagues in Columbus, she's also a director on the Women's Advisory Board for the IFPA. I'm really excited that she was able to make some time for me on her schedule. We've never had one-on-one time together, so like with Bree, before I do any spoilers, let's go ahead and get right into it. Well, hey!
Hello!
How are you?
One-on-one time.
I know, actually, I don't think we've ever had like one-on-one time. So this is like a treat for me. I get Kim all to myself.
I gotta go.
Wait, is Cody over there hanging out with you?
I always kick him out of the room.
Oh, okay.
So he's upstairs.
He's upstairs hanging out. What are we drinking?
I currently, out of my Captain America class, have the Blake's Hard Cider Pickly Pear.
I don't think I've ever had that before. I'm not like a hard cider person per se, so I don't. I mean, I've had like, you know, I don't know, what is it, Mackenzie's is one. I've had that before. That was a fun, I had to go on a trip to find like Mackenzie's pumpkin cider one time and went to like 4 different places because I was doing it illegally. I was buying it and bringing it to a friend in Pennsylvania and she can't find it anywhere, so.
I see.
I didn't sell it to anybody, but yeah, did just drink it, so.
So you're already running your speakeasy before speakeasies were a thing.
Yeah.
I see you.
Maybe, yes.
Can neither confirm nor deny.
Can neither confirm nor deny this, yes. But I'm drinking because, of course, you know, it's an afternoon on a weekend, so I have a Bloody Mary in my level 1 glass. Wishing that you made it for me.
I do miss making Bloody Marys. Even
yes,
white girl Bloody Marys.
My white girl Bloody Mary. Which this one I think I didn't make too spicy. So yeah, it's probably a white girl Bloody Mary.
It's tomato juice.
Yeah. I put some Tabasco in it. So cool. Well, you know, how are you doing? What are you up to? I know you've got a lot of different projects going on, but like first and foremost, how are you doing?
I am doing okay. I mean, all things considered, I think it took a second to realize what was happening and to kind of come to terms with the fact that like I'm not working. You know?
Yeah.
I'm very much a worker. Like I've been working ever since I was in college. Like it's my thing. I have held 2-3 jobs at a time, so I have been super duper fortunate in like having level 1 for the last 4.5 years and not having to deal with anything else, not having to worry about having to juggle 2 jobs and struggle that way. But then all of a sudden it's like, oh, never mind, I have no backup whatsoever. So it's been an interesting change of pace. Not necessarily a fun one, but you know.
But you've been keeping busy. I was a lucky person that was in on one of your projects last week, so do you want to talk about that?
Yeah, I do, because I don't want people, because I know like there's a lot of people that have been trying to, I don't like to use the word shame a lot, but like chastise people for like going out unnecessarily and like, you know, doing things like that, which definitely wasn't the case here. We had like an abundance of chicken. I had a lot of tortillas. It wasn't something super hard, so me and Cody just kind of spent the 2 days basically cooking. So we just cooked for 2 days straight, you know. He's a great sous chef. he's the Prince Naveen to my Tiana. He mixes very well. I taught him how to mix. But otherwise, he helped package and like he was there for more emotional support as I got everything. I was super excited, and then I started doing it, and I was like, oh, was a lot of work. And I don't know why I did this to myself. I could just be sitting down, like, rewatching reruns of Parks and Rec. But I'm over here, like, slaving over a stove. But it was really fun. I felt useful for a moment.
Did you have a name for this operation?
Yeah, it's Operation Mexican Food Drop-Off. Secret Mexican Food Drop-Off. And basically, I just kind of did 1 chimichanga per person. 2, if I thought other people were going to be there. So some people got blessed with 2 chimichangas. I won't name names. But yeah, I mean, I cooked, I made rice, I did chimichangas, I made salsa and guac, and packaged little cheese and sour cream and all kinds of little different things. Sanitizer wipe in there for everybody so they can sanitize their bags. And we hit the ground running, and we spent about 3 hours on the road.
And I think that the best thing out of that was the thoughtful note that you wrote. I know, because lots of people posted pictures about it, that you wrote a thoughtful note to every single person that you did. And you did. And like, did you make those tortillas yourself?
I did not.
Okay.
No, I would have. No.
I was gonna ask you for the recipe because they were good, but no, the food, there was so much thought that went into it, and I was so appreciative, and it definitely came at like a really good time because like I said, you know, I texted you the next day and said I got it because I got your text message, and like you know, true to form, you did keep the social distancing because, you know, you did the food drop and then you texted and let me know that it was there. So there was no, you know, interaction, and I got it, and I don't think I really comprehended what it was until the morning and opened it up and looked at it, and just how much thought that you put into it, and knowing, again, I saw the pictures from everybody who like a lot of people who received one, and there was so much thought that went into it, and I was just so appreciative of it because it came at a rough time for me, so.
Well, that's kind of the idea of it, was like, I know that I'm not alone in feeling the emotions that I'm feeling, and feeling it gets to be a lot. Like, just
it does.
Being inside, trust me, it gets to be a lot. And then you have people with underlying, like, mental health issues that I absolutely understand and I agree with and I deal with as well. So it's like, I know everybody's going through something, and sometimes something as easy as like a meal that you don't have to think about, that somebody else thought about for you is nice.
And a delicious meal at that. It was so good. I know that this is not my first time experiencing like Kim's home cooking, and it is always delicious every time I have something. So tell me, I know I saw some pictures. What project are you working on right now?
So tonight is probably when I'm going to finish most of it. I am a procrastinator of the greatest proportion. Everybody that knows me knows this. I like to wait till the last minute. I did get a lot done, but I'm doing like a canvas painting somewhere in the background too, actually, for a regular that comes into the bar. Her name's Kristen. She has a son who, unfortunately, it's going to be April 10th, obviously. There's not really going to be a birthday. It's just going to be him and his mom. And I asked her what comic book characters he liked, and I've been, you know, fortunate enough to have a decent artistic ability as well.
Decent is an understatement, Kim. Decent is an understatement.
Well, coulda, shoulda, woulda. But anyways, at least I can use it to my abilities right now. And so I'm drawing a Guardians of the Galaxy canvas and painting it. So I actually just got the acrylics today. So probably going to sit here and get drunk and finish painting it. True to form, you know, complete me.
Yeah. So has much changed? I know, you know, with working at level 1 and, you know, not being able to go in, but like when you're not at level 1, has much changed in your social life because of this?
I would say so. I mean, so this is gonna be the really sad thing that people find out about me. A lot of my social life is level 1. I mean, I've stayed there for as long as I have, and I continue to work there, and I continue to run the things that I run because I like being there, because I like the people that I've met there. So this has been, it's been hard because not only is my job gone, but like my main form of socialization has been gone, like has been ripped out as well. So it's kind of like pinball is kind of my thing, and I like, you know, meeting the people that I've met there and interacting with the people that I have there. And so this has been, yeah, it's been a twofer. It was a twofer.
So let's turn things around. Let's not focus on like the negatives. Let's focus on the positives. What's come out of this? Like, how have, you know I've adapted in like super duper weird ways and you know, doing things differently. So like, how are you, or how, you know, like what are you now doing to like stay connected to everybody and like make things fun and, you know, interactive and different opportunities?
Again, I seem to have adapted really weird projects that have like a goal of servicing people in a certain way. It's weird, I'm sure. Like, not everybody sits there and thinks, what can I do for 20 people today? You know, but I don't know. I've been coming up with weird projects of like, you know, now what am I going to do? Like, I would love to do another Mexican food drop-off. I would like to, you know, obviously a lot of people have started group chats and things like that I've, you know, taken care of. I'm not a huge group chat person. I don't usually do it, just because there's a lot of notifications and I get really, really overwhelmed very quickly.
Yes.
So I usually mute everything. So there's a lot of group chats that I have not muted now. So I'm just kind of sitting there, even if I don't respond, I'm just like relishing in the fact that there's talk. Like it's like certain white noise. So it's like, you know, like at least there's something that I can look at and just be like, that's so-and-so. That's so-and-so. And, you know, they're all kind of coexisting together.
You partake a little bit. One group chat I know that I'm in with you is, it seems that we've gotten to the point of sending lots of pictures of our pets together.
Yeah. I think that's a lot of people.
A lot of people.
Look at my dog. Yeah, Charles, he's living his best life right now. I think, you know, him and Furious are just like, yes, this is the best.
And I don't know if Charles has gotten to this point that JJ's gotten at, but I'm pretty sure JJ is sick of me at this point, because he used to sleep with me every single night, and now I'll wake up in the middle of the night and he's sleeping on his own bed on the other side of the room. I'm like, dude, come on. Like, as he's looking at me like now, like, are you talking about me? Yes, I'm talking about you.
My authority is waning slightly on Charles. I think, like you said, it's more of a, he's getting sick of me, so I'll just like tell him, like, I'll be like, dude, you gotta go back to your bed, or go lay down, and he'll just like stare at me like, do I know? Do I? Like, we're in the same boat here. Do I? Like, please, if you could, would be great if you listened to me once again.
Well, you also, you've been streaming a little bit too. I saw talk to me about your logo, because that was when I know I saw you drawing it out, but then you actually finished it and I saw it, I'm like, so what, like, where did the nickname Hakuna Kimtada come from?
I don't know. It's one of those things. I've never been very creative with names. It's always just been like a variation of Kim and my name, like just my name. And I don't know, it was a saying that I was saying a lot because, you know, it means no worries kind of thing. So I was just like, oh, Matata. And I was like, oh, wouldn't it be funny if so it turned into Hakuna Kimtada. And that's what I renamed my Twitch, because I think my Twitch again was just like something silly. I think it was just like my name. So I switched it to Hakuna Kimtada because I thought it was funny. And
I enjoy it.
Thank you. And the logo was from Lion King, from the Hakuna Kimtada, you know, Hakuna Matata. So everything turned into like a weird a Lion King reference. So the Simba drawing I basically took and I redrew it, and then I etched in a bunch of the designs, and it's supposed to be like a mixture of Day of the Dead and the Simba, you know, outline. So it's supposed to kind of represent me a little bit. I like Disney. I like Lion King. I'm Mexican. You know.
I mean, I instantly got the reference when I saw it. I knew, I was like, oh my gosh, it's like, you know, two things that Kim is like really into, like mash. It fits you perfectly. And I know that you did it yourself, which again, you know, don't underestimate your artistic skills because you are so incredibly talented. You are. So speaking of, like, is there anything that, you know, you've had planned, you know, out a couple of months that you've been working on? At all? Any pinball projects or just like other projects or things like that?
I mean, I think obviously a lot of tournament directing spans from, you know, months at a time. So it's like a lot of the projects that I did have been kind of ultimately postponed. Because, you know, I'm not going to sit here and like plan for something that I don't know if I can ever have or, you know, run. But outside of that, I mean, not like crazy huge projects that I've been planning months ahead. My thing is mostly like at the very most, like a week at a time. I'm taking it a week at a time right now. A week at a time. So all of my projects, I kind of find it to be easier to like take in, easier to time manage, for me at least, easier to kind of stay focused and not, you know, lose interest, lose hope, lose whatever. So I just kind of go a week at a time and say, this is what I'm planning for this week. This is what I want. This is what I can get accomplished. I want to draw this, or I want to do this, or I want to make this happen. So, I mean, I wanted to do more painting, more etching, more things like that. I actually bought a ton of canvases. So I think I'm probably just going to start painting, whether it's pinball related or comic book related. I don't know. We might need to
talk offline. I might commission a piece from you where you incorporate JJ into some type of like comic book character. That could be fun. I would like that. I would like that. So with this time, has there been anything that like you have tried new? Like, for example, I'm a horrible cook, and this has been an excuse where, you know, 5 days out of the week I usually ate out. Well, now I can't do that, so I'm trying. Not anywhere near your chimichangas. They were so good. They were so good. But is there anything new that you're trying?
I think it's mostly retouching on stuff that I put off to the side. So with my schedule, with my bartending schedule, with all the things that I preoccupied my time with, I didn't really cook a lot. I can cook. I do enjoy cooking. I really didn't. I mean, I did eat out a lot just because, you know, timing, everything. Right. It was easier. But obviously now I'm at home and I have a lot more time, so a lot more cooking is happening, a lot more going back to my family's roots, which again I didn't really do a lot either, which is a lot of Latin cooking. Going back to painting, going back to art, like stuff that I constantly told myself I was too busy to do, or too busy to focus on or hone in on. Like I do. I've been doing a lot of that, a lot of soul searching on that, and I have also been rewatching Supernatural. So, you know.
So that's what I want to get into this. We're gonna take a short break really quick so we can somewhat refill the drinks, and then we'll come back and we will talk about that because I actually have a great question for you. And now I wanted to get back into this because I know you were saying that you've been rewatching Supernatural, but I also have some intel that you may or may not have been also watching the Great British Baking Show.
Yes, I have. I think we just started season 5, which is when my beloved, season 5, which is when my beloved Mary Berry stopped. That was like the one spoiler I wish someone would have spoiled for me. I should have known from the pictures and stuff, but I didn't. I thought Mary Berry would stay forever, and all of a sudden there was a season where she just didn't. What happened? Who's going to tell me about the lemon now? And then, of course, true to form, in the first episode, the new judge, when someone was like, oh, well, yeah, this is supposed to be a lemon, blah, blah, blah. And then she's like, well, don't make it too strong. You know, you don't want to be overpowered with the lemon. And I was like, what? You have to hear that. It was terrible.
So how do you feel about Noel, though? I know I commented because I like Noel. I think he's great.
I am a huge fan of Noel. I love the Mighty Boosh. It's all great. I'm not mad that he's on it at all. Actually, if I may say so, the other judges annoyed the hell out of me, and there were like, I haven't really gotten into watching the newest seasons. I don't know how often or how much the new judges mess up the contestants, but there were a lot of instances where the judges accidentally interfered, not the judges, but the hosts accidentally interfered and like smashed something, knocked something, hit something, broke something, and it's like, the hell? Like, why are you doing that? They're all over there like, let me help, and then they break it, and I'm just like, I don't understand. I would be disqualified. I am not British enough. I would probably be somebody else.
Well, that's my problem is that I sit and I've watched all of it. And I rewatched it a couple of times, not like a lot, but like some seasons I rewatch because I like other seasons than, you know, some of the other ones, but it's one of those things that I wish I was as good. I'm like, these people are home bakers. Like, why can't I do that? And baking is such like a science that I don't think I have the patience for it. And I made English muffins the other day and they...
No.
Paul would have been really bad. Paul would have been super duper mad at me. But yes, no, I continue to power through it. It's good. It's good. No spoilers, but yes, you won't be disappointed.
Okay, well, trust me, I will definitely watch it, but I finally convinced Cody to watch Supernatural because he's been so up in arms against it because he says it's a fangirl show, and I was like, no, what you need to understand is that it's a good show, but it got ruined. It's like one of those great shows that get ruined by their fandom. So I think that's what happened here was like, it's a good show, it's funny, it's the right amount of campy with action, with like actual emotional parts where you're just like, ooh, you hit me in the chest and it hurts. But, you know, they're stupid and it's funny and you're laughing, but then you're also like emotionally accosted at times. So you're just like, it's good. And then the fandom got a hold of it and now it's just ridiculous. And
so,
I was like, please.
Is it still going on? Because I thought that it was supposed to end, but then they kept making like more and more.
So right now it is. One second, sorry.
No, it's okay.
Being annoying. Right now, I think it either barely just ended, but it ended after its 15th or 16th season, and it was originally slated to only go for 5. So the original storyline was written for 5, and after the 5th season, it had a perfect. And sorry.
That's okay. I get it. JJ's the same way.
There we go. That's my man.
You finally got him to jump on the Supernatural train.
Yeah.
What is he gonna get you to jump on any train that you were very resistant to?
Not resistant to. I'm personally extremely bad about getting into new TV shows, not because I don't want to or because I won't give it a chance. It's because I'm a binger, and I am the worst binger. So if I do get into a show, which is 95% likely because I always give shows a chance. So if I do get into a show or give a show a chance, I'm going to sit there for about 7 hours at a time and just binge watch the entire thing, which is incredibly unhealthy. And I mean, obviously now I have a lot of time. But
so I gotta ask, have you watched it? Have you watched Tiger King?
No, I have not.
Will you be watching Tiger King at some point?
It is all the rage. I haven't. I probably will at some point in time. I'm in love with the memes. I'm the pictures because it gives me all of the intel that I need to know.
Yep.
Enough where I'm just like, I got it. I think I got the gist. You know, ratchety, you know, hick people that are kind of awful in every single respect, and they fight amongst each other. I'm good. Like, thank you. I got it. The last documentary I watched, I was like all set for the rest of my life because it was too much, and I was like, I'm good.
Which one was that?
The Trials of Gabriel Fernandez.
I watched that too.
Yeah.
I binged that one. Yeah.
I did binge it as well, but I think it was more so like I watched it, I was horrified, and then I was angry.
Mm-hmm.
So I just kept watching because I needed to know more. And the more I found out, the more angrier I got.
That's how they get you. That's how they get you.
So I angry watched all of that, and then I was just heartbroken.
So you're telling me that you see the memes, you know, what's going on with Tiger Army. Is there any pandemic trends right now that you've seen? And I know I'm kind of going off script a little bit here, but like, is there any pandemic trends that you've seen that you're like, ooh, that's a bad idea, or ooh, I gotta try that?
Pandemic ideas, how? Like, what do you mean?
So like pandemic bangs are a big thing right now where everybody's getting really bored. They can't get haircuts, so they're cutting bangs for themselves.
No. No. I think the closest thing I've gotten is the whole entire joking of like your apocalypse outfit, or it's just your PJs. And how you change your upstairs PJ to your downstairs PJs. And I'm like, yeah, I mean, fair enough.
So one of the things I know Joe C, and I never can remember how to pronounce his name, from Toronto, he posted something that said, Google your name and then apocalypse outfit. Have you done that yet?
I did do that, and then I exited out of it.
You didn't like it?
Really so the sucky thing about doing anything like that for Facebook or meme-wise,
yes,
where it's like, put your name and then this, put your name and then that. My name's Kim. So the first thing that's going to come up is usually a Kim Kardashian. So it's like, it's just never fun for me. It's not some like, cool, different name of like, you know, I don't know.
Yeah.
Other name than Kim.
Yeah.
It's Kim. Oh, you can see my fat cat in the background. She's gotten real chonky. She's my girl. Look at her.
She wants to get in on this too.
She just wants you guys to see her grooming herself. That's what it is. Anyways, I'm gonna like cover her.
So where are you planning a post-pandemic trip after all of this is said and done? When we gotta go back to like, I'm gonna do business as usual because of course things are still always gonna be different once we get back to somewhat of a norm. But are you thinking of like somewhere that you want to go once this is over, when you can finally get out and like, you know, do the, you know, the meme from Braveheart of like, freedom, we can go out, like, yay. Like, do you want to go anywhere?
I just wanted to do a lot of the stuff that I had planned. It was really funny. We were actually just talking about this earlier today. This year was the year that I had actually planned a lot of stuff for spring, for summer, for fall. Honestly, for the entirety of 2020, it was the year that I was going to actually try and take a lot more time off from the bar to be able to go and travel. We had our tickets ready for the New York City Pinball Championships. Obviously, we worked super hard to get the Pinball tickets. I had already made plans, obviously, for Pin Brew, and so there's just a lot of different events, a lot of different things that I was excited to do because I'd already planned to do them. And then basically everything kind of went sideways. So even a semblance of that, I would just be happy if all of this got taken care of in time so that I can go, so that we can all go to Pittsburgh, because
yes,
that's literally my vacation.
Yeah, that's the one thing that I think I'm waiting on right now, is that I still have some vacation left at work, but like right now most of it's tied up in Pittsburgh, and I don't want to cancel that. You know, I was looking forward to going to Helicon. I haven't done that. This was going to be my first year going there, you know, the day before. But, you know, one of the things that I feel like is going to be really, it could be either really good, it could be really bad, is that, you know, everything that was going to happen in like the former part of the year now is probably getting pushed back to the latter half of the year. And it's just going to be this situation where it's just one thing after the other, and, you know, which is good, but also it's like, oh, there's so, you know, who ever thought we'd have this problem? Like, there's so much pinball, like.
Well, not even that, but then you have the people that don't necessarily have the luxury of still using paid time off. So it's one of those things where it's like, if that happens, not only am I going to have to make decisions on which ones to go, I'm probably going to not be able to do as much as I plan to do because I have to work. Like, I want to go back to work because I need to work. I mean, unemployment is not anything. It's pretty unfortunate. So it's just been, I think that's like the struggle, I think, for a lot of, I mean, I don't know how many unemployment cases there are right now, but it's like, I'm sure it's in the, like, overall in the United States, I'm sure it's like way in like the double digits of millions at this point, but who knows? So
where is one place you would always look, or one place that you would really look forward to going to? Like, not pinball, not anything, like what's, you know, on your to-do list at some point in your life? Yes, at some point in your life, like where is somewhere that you absolutely want to go to?
The Wizarding World.
Okay.
Wizarding World, and yeah, I want to do that, or I want to do like the actual, like going to actual London and going to see the act, like, you know, seeing all of that. But definitely, it would be in the form of traveling.
What house are you?
Slytherin. Absolutely. No doubt. I've taken way too many Pottermore tests. I've taken variations of the Pottermore test. I'm a Slytherin through and through.
What kind of wand did you have? Do you remember?
Pretty sure it wasn't I don't think it was Dragon Heartstring. I feel like it was Dragon Heartstring. I don't know, but I know, like, it was extremely bendy, and I think it was made of Dragon Heart.
The Dragon Heartstring.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I also would want to go there. That was, you know, this is my 30, I'm 30 this year, and I had all these things planned of like what I wanted to do, you know, by turning 30, and everything got turned upside down, but it's okay, whatever, you know, it is what it is. But so if you ever do plan a trip to go down to the Wizarding World, you let me know, because I'll cheers a butterbeer to you.
Like, that's my one thing that I would really like to go back to the resort that I went to a few years ago in Cancun. It was just like, just take a week and just do that, because it was all inclusive. I didn't have to worry about anything. You just literally lazed about all day, every day. And I guess I should I should be over that by now, since I get to laze about and do nothing every day here. It's
different though. It's totally different, you know, being, you know, sitting at home, you know, Netflixing, or, you know, working on projects and not, but then like being somewhere where it's just like this huge tropical environment that's just,
right,
you know, you don't have to worry about, you know, cooking. You get all these foods, and there's like tons of things that you can go in. It's a totally different environment that, yes.
Right.
I've only been on a cruise before. I've never been to an all-inclusive like resort. I've heard nothing but great things about it, so.
It's pretty awesome. The one we went to was just phenomenal. And then of course we got the adults only section. So like, that's where our hotel, because like you have like family section and like adults only. So we were staying in the adults only section, and it was just like, it was awesome. You were drunk. You would order, you know, you would go to restaurants and stuff, and everything was just all included, and they'd come out with like a trolley of all kinds of tequila, and I was just like, yes, of course. I'll taste it all. And you know.
All right, so speaking of tequila, what is your tequila of choice?
My tequila of choice, when I don't have to worry about the price, is Herradura, which is, it comes in like a square bottle, kind of like this, and it has like almost like a horseshoe on it, you know, like the horseshoe, whatever. And I usually get that, and it's called the Reposado Gold, and it's like a very light white gold, and it's delicious and tasty, and it's way too expensive for me, so I never drink it. I usually drink El Humidor if I do. So.
Yeah, that's one thing that like you know me, and I'm like, tequila is a rough thing for me, but I know it's one of those things, it's kind of like whiskey where, you know, if you do like a tequila tasting, it doesn't taste like tequila, and if you have like a good tequila, it's definitely, you know, you can tell the difference for it. So I'm sure that one is like, I'd probably be like, ooh, yeah, and then I'd see the price and be like, ooh, no, like.
Yeah, like one of those bottles I think is like at least, and I don't know what I'll say it, and you know, there'll be people that are just like, that's not that expensive, you know, but it's like $50-60, and I'm just
that's
like,
expensive.
Like it's all gonna go in my body.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna pee it out. So I mean, it's expensive for me. Like
that's expensive.
I can spend $30 on like this big old thing of El Humidor, and I'm just like, easy. I get more.
So is there any, so Wizarding World would be the place that you would, or London, because I also wouldn't mind seeing actual platform 9 3/4 as well.
Right.
But like, what about pinball venues? Is there any like pinball venue that you've seen pictures of or that you've heard of that you're like, yes, I want to go to that place?
So I think that's one of the reasons why I'm so bummed about everything, because when we were going to go to the New York championship, you know, to the tournaments up there in New York in May or whatnot, we were obviously going to do a tour and go see the Sunshine laundromat. And that is one of my, you know, check off lists of, you know, pinball places to go see, because I mean, I would love to just go there. Obviously, been lucky enough to see Ron Schuster's collection multiple times. That is also a very Willy Wonka place of pinball fun.
Silverball Country Club, yep.
Yeah. And then obviously, what is it, Twin Cities? All the way over there. Like, so there's like a couple of places that I would love to see before, you know, before the pandemic claims us all. But the Sunshine Laundromat was the one I was super hurt, because we had already had plans to go see it, and you know, everything was basically set in stone. But then we obviously had to cancel everything. So if I can, before my time is up,
I think you will. I think you make it back there. Yeah, it's definitely, I have not been there. I've heard of it. I've seen pictures of it. I know Deborah, I think it was like a year or two ago, sent us pictures of when she was there, and I'm like, what is this? What? This is weird. And it's, you know, it's such a cool little venue that if you haven't heard of it, I'll make sure that I link it below so everybody can see it. So yeah, I would be there too. I would go and visit that place as well. But like you, I've also been lucky enough to go to Silverball Country Club and see that, and see the collection that's there and everything like that. So, well, is there anything else? Any other final thoughts or anything that, you know, you want to convey to the masses before we wrap things up?
Send help. Help me. No, I'm just joking. No, nothing much. I mean, it's hard. You don't really, like, at least for me, you don't realize how much pinball is kind of my biggest hobby and passion right now, until it's all gone. And if y'all are lucky enough to have a machine, y'all are blessed, because, you know, there's a bunch of people that only have on location, and it sucks. So we've been kind of making do with Pinball FX and Pinball Arcade, and it doesn't beat the real thing. So
have you been participating in any of the virtual tournaments at all?
I did. I played in a couple of the first ones that were posted, but I was playing under Cody's account because he has all of the tables, and I don't. So I was playing under his account, and he did really well on some of those tournaments. I didn't because I don't have a name, and afterwards he made me a separate account for Steam and stuff so I could get my stuff recorded separately, but it didn't come with any of the tables, so I can't play any of the
That's kind of the boat that I'm in, is like I have it on like the original Xbox, not even like a 360, like I have it on Xbox, and I don't think that I can actually, you know, go on and actually play those. So, and then I think like the one that you can download on your phone, you have to like earn the tables, so you have to keep playing to like get the parts to be able to like build the table essentially. So that takes a lot of time to do that. But so if people want to catch you like outside of playing pinball, where can they find things like your Twitch or your Instagram, or like where can they find you at?
So I stream on Twitch usually at least two to 3 days a week right now. And it is Akuna_Quintada. So if you ever want to check it out, it is Akuna_Quintada, not Matata. And Instagram, it is basically the same thing. It's Akuna.Quintada. And my Facebook is slightly personal, so I can get that one out.
No, I'll make sure to put the links for Kim's Twitch as well as her Instagram, or her Instagram in the description below. Thank you, Kim, so much for joining me today. I'm glad that you are, you know, you're doing as well, you know, you're doing well. You are, you know, you've got a lot of stuff going on, and I'm excited for you for that. So thanks again for joining me. And my drink's almost done. Can you come over and make me another Bloody Mary?
I'll leave you a care package, maybe. Maybe that's what I'll do, is I'll leave a Bloody Mary care package on everybody's door the next time.
It's just gonna be like pepper, like sprinkled outside my door.
Yeah, that's what it is. It's just like a little salt shaker.
Yep.
Like, there you go.
Yep. I was totally joking about having Kim come over and make a Bloody Mary for me. I am taking this quarantine very seriously. However, after we finished our interview, she did give me a couple of tips on how to improve my Bloody Mary making skills. So thank you, Kim, so much for that, as well as taking the time to interview with me. I cannot wait until level 1 opens up back again and we're able to play some dollar games. Thank you so much for watching. If you liked the video that you saw, don't forget to hit that like button, as well as don't forget to hit that subscribe button so that you know when all of my new videos get posted. Until next time, I will see you later. Bye!